So let's continue where we stopped yesterday. So whenever I create the campaign, I will see this is the admin page where I will see all the campaigns are there and I will approve or I will not approve the campaign. So initially what I will do, I will comment these two so that I can see all the campaign, and later on I will uncomment it. So now I can see all the, I'm getting this warning. Okay, so this is regarding the switch statement. We're passing the number, it is expecting the boolean. So I will do few changes in the create one because of some inconsistencies. So let's do few changes here. So we have the status here as 1. I will make it as enabled and disabled. Okay, so this is default, by default it is enabled, and when I'm creating the status, I will make enabled or disabled. So when it is enabled in the database, I will save it as 1, and when disabled in database, I will save numeric 0. So while retrieving also, when I get the status, if status is equal to enabled, I will make this as 1. If status is coming as 1, I will make this as enabled or I will make it as disabled. Because in database it is 1 or 0, so I'm checking from the database. If it is 1, I will make it enabled, otherwise I will make it disabled. So in database also we need to make a numeric one. Right now it's a string. So I'll go to campaign. See, status is string. So what I'll do, I'll delete a column. Status, remove column. So next time when I will create it, it will automatically create the numeric one. And I'll right now delete all the rows because status is gone. I will not get good results. Okay, now I will start creating again. So here I will say Trump 2024, and here I say Trump should win in 2024, and I will add some videos also, maybe some videos regarding the Trump. Okay. Okay, let's copy this link and let's put the video here. Okay, so Trump. Let's put the image also, some image. Okay, image I'll put later. Let's put this. Okay, this is fine for the videos for now. And I'll make enable, save it. So it is saved, but it is still showing me this disabled. Okay. So when I'm editing it, it is still showing disabled. Why? Let's check it. The status is okay. Let's see what we have in the. Okay, it is disabled. Yeah, disabled is fine. Enabled or disabled. Spelling is correct. So yeah, but I enabled it, right? And it's saying disabled. Let's check the database. Okay, status still going enable. Maybe I did not change it correctly. So in the submission part also, I will check the status, and if status is equal to enabled, I will send to the backend 1. I will send, otherwise I will send it 0. So previously I was sending the string value. That's the reason it is created this. Let's delete this column again. Okay, let's try to edit it now. Okay. Okay, so status is enabled now. Let's go to the admin and list. Okay, so now here we need to fix this part. Okay, it's saying switch statement is expected boolean, but we are passing number because status is approved is coming as 0 and 1, but switch statement is expecting the boolean. So let's fix this one. So when I go to list item, it's saying, so here I will say if rec.get approved is equal to 1, then make it pass it true, otherwise pass false. So we just put this check. Okay, so that is gone. So yesterday I was getting this problem here in the secondary and I found a solution for this, and let me show you what the solution is. So I will put the what you call as this secondary. Let's put this secondary one. Render HTML, and I put rec.get. Yesterday I was getting that problem, so we'll fix that problem now. See, we are getting this warning sign because it's saying P cannot appear descendant of P. So if we inspect this, see there is a P and inside that there is a P. So P doesn't work. We have to make this top P as a div. So if we go to documentation of MUI for list items, okay, this list. If you go to the documentation of this, okay, list item text, because we are using list item text. So let's see the documentation. It's saying what are the typography props. So it's saying secondary typography props. So this part we can set it to div, and then the parent will become div. So here I will say secondary typography props is equal to component, okay, is equal to we need to put the object inside this. It's component and div. So there are two curly braces. One is the main curly braces for variable. Second is the object we have to pass. So I pass the div here. Now I will refresh it. So in the console, okay, still is coming. Okay, this is coming from the this YouTube one, but that one is gone. Okay, and this is the ad, because its ad blocker is there. That's the reason this is blocking the ad. Okay, so this is the problem in the YouTube. When we are putting the YouTube, we get this error. So at least we got away of that error, of that warning about the secondary one, P inside P tag. Okay, so now let's fix this part also. Let's fix this part. Okay, so to fix this, what should we do? Okay, I have one solution for this one. This one is saying, you know, it's making allow full screen. So this is the YouTube is providing. So we need to replace this with like this. allow YouTube screen is equal to true, something like this. We need to replace that one. So for that I will do few changes here. So when we are displaying this part, secondary part, description part, so before it goes to render HTML, we have this description, and this description we will change the we'll replace it with something. Okay, so let's create a function to replace it. I will do 5 minutes and then I'll give you to complete this. So replace text, something. I'll create a replace text, a function, or let's make as a constant. Replace text. Let's make this also constant as arrow function, and also I'll put this as a arrow function, constant. Okay, so in the replace text we will get some text and we need to replace it with, so I'll say text dot replace, and in the replace I will say, so one more thing we need to do it. If you see the size, this size is little bit smaller. Okay, it's not taking the width of the 100%. So we will put one style sheet and we will put some properties in that style sheet. So just we have to put change like this, QL video. So I'm changing the QL video to QL. So QL video is a style sheet coming inside this, and I'm appending that style sheet with embed responsive. So this is my custom style sheet CSS, where I will give the width of 100% and it will be applied to this video. So I'll show you. So if I go div, see QL video. Can you see this QL video? So instead of QL video, I am appending it with QL video embed response. So when it will pass with my function, it will not be QL video, it will be QL video plus embed responsive. And then in the embed responsive, I will give some style sheet. I could have given the style sheet to QL video also, but I prefer to keep this style sheet to this personal class. Then again I will replace it. So I'm not ending it, I'm still replacing it with one more thing, and that thing is I will check for allow full screen. Okay, so it's, if you see, it's saying allow full screen. Can you see this allow full screen? So we need to replace this allow full screen with allow full screen is equal to, just pass the value true in the curly bracket. So when you pass like this, let's see what happens. Now here in the description part, instead of description, I will call the replace text and put this description inside it. Okay, some error. We have one curly bracket and we have this one which will end this one. Okay, one more we need. Okay, now let's refresh it. Okay, we got another error. Okay, so we need to return this one. Okay, we didn't return this one. So Okay, so now at least that warning is gone. Which warning is gone? About the allow full screen. Now we need to manage this size. This YouTube size is coming a little bit small. We need to take this and create our own style sheet. So I'll take this embed responsive and I will go inside index.css and I will create some properties here. So here I will put some CSS, like I will say minimum height equal to 400 pixel. Whatever you want you can put. I feel that minimum height should be 400 and width should be 100%. So once I put this, I will get this bigger one kind of thing. So I should see this YouTube little bigger kind of thing. I could have given it 300 also if I feel. So 300. Okay, 300 doesn't look, I don't like 300. Let's put 350. Okay, 350 is decent, pretty decent. I can view this one. Okay. So now, let's, till now, whatever we did, you need to put it. So first thing is just put this CSS inside the index.css file. And if it's done, just say done so that I can move further. The first person who will say done, I will move further. Okay, why I change this? Okay, question is why I change the tradition function to this arrow function. The reason is I will move these functions to a common place. Then there I will export it. So I prefer to use this constant when I export kind of thing. Though we can export function also, but this is the way I export in the common file. So just change it. You can keep it function also. Okay, so first person is done with it. So let's do the other changes. So just create this function, replace text, though we will move this function to some common place. Right now, just put it here. So create this function and replace these two function into the arrow function. And delete this typography part. I don't need typography. Just do this one and convert this to arrow functions. Okay. Is it taking time? Okay, done. Now what you do, inside the secondary part of this less item, just add this render HTML replace text rec.get description. Also add this line, secondary typography props equal to component div. Okay, so if you're done with these two lines, for the switch statement, just do the change. If get approved equal to 1, true, otherwise false. Okay, if you're done with this line of statement, then let's go to the list campaign page. No, not list campaign. In the create part, make the default value of the status as enabled. And when you go to status, just make key equal to enabled or disabled. So these two changes, do this change first. Okay, if you have done this change while setting the state, make this enabled. Okay, in the submission part, check if status equal to enable, then pass 1, otherwise 0. If you do this change, you need to delete all the rows and status column to make it work. So just make this values dot status equal to enable, make it 1 or 0. Okay, so once this is done, so let's go a little bit more into that page. So we are able to see this page. Now I can make this. I can make this approve. So we'll get approve equal to 1, or I can unapprove also. I'm getting approved 0 because I uncheck it. Let's make there is a label that I am doing approve or not approve. So after this switch box, I want the label. So let's see what is the how to put the label. So if I go to switch one, see this is the label part. So we need to use this control label for our switch box. Okay, so let's do that one. So in the create part, when I create the switch button here in the list item, we have the switch one. We have to use form controllable, and I will take the switch inside the control. Okay, and I need to import this. Okay, so just import this line of statement I'm giving you in the chat, also in the React Telegram chat, and then Just put this form control switch inside this form control label. I'm giving you this also in the Telegram chat and also here in this chat. Okay, so this way you are putting the label. Now what label you have to put? Approve, so that user can see, admin can see you are approving something. We have to say approve and disapprove. So if I don't want to approve it, that means I feel that this campaign is wrong or it should not be on my website, then it is already unapproved, but I don't want to see it here also, because if I see it here, there will be a lot of number of campaigns which are not useful and I will be able to see it here. I don't want to see it that also. So I will also make another switch box for the delete one. And when I click that one, the post will get deleted. So you have to do this task. You have to copy this and after this paste it, and instead of approved you need to use the deleted. If deleted equal to 0 and deleted equal to 1, make it true, otherwise false. Create a new function, handle delete, pass the record and target checked part, and here create a new function, handle delete, and instead of approved you need to use deleted, and instead of is approved you need to use is deleted. So you have to do these few changes. So I'll give you 5 minutes to complete this form control label for the delete part. If you have not understood the question, ask me. So in addition to approve, I need a deleted switch box also, and we need to create a new function for that, and we need to do the necessary changes for the deleted. So once you're done, put it in Telegram or here, but give me privately so that nobody can see. Is it done? I haven't seen any answer from you. Okay. So let me do it. If you feel little difficult to do, I will copy this handle approve and I will name it as handle delete. And instead of is approved, I will say is deleted. And if is deleted is true, I will pass 1, otherwise I will pass 0. And the field which I want to update is called deleted. And rest will remain same. And here I will copy this form control one more time, and I will make it as delete, and instead of handle approve I will pass handle delete. And if I'm getting deleted is equal to 1, I make it true, otherwise false. Okay, so I'm doing it. You can do it later after the. So now I can see two things. I can delete it and I can approve it also. But since it is deleted, it will not be visible to the public. If I undelete it, it will be visible for the public. I delete it. You will see the result as deleted equal to 1. If I undelete it, you will see the results deleted equal to 0. So depending on what you do, it will delete or approve or disapprove. So if either it is deleted or if it is not approved, or if it is approved, we don't show it here. If it is deleted also, we don't show it here. Right now I'm showing you that's the reason I commented that 2 lines. If you see, I commented these 2 lines. So if I uncomment these 2 lines, so either I delete or I approve it, it will be unavailable here. So let's approve it. It's not available here. Let's create one more campaign called as. Okay, so nowadays in India, government has increased the age of marriage. So I can say government should not decide about age of marriage. Okay, so I just think government is not the thing who can decide age of marriage. It is parents who will decide the age of the marriage. So I'm just saying that I do not agree that government should increase the age of marriage. It should be the parents' decision, whether it's 10-year-old, 15-year-old, 18-year-old, whatever the parents decide, that should be the age of marriage. It should not be hard-coded 18 or 21 years. Okay, I submitted it, but when I go to admin, okay, I can see this one. I will approve this. Once I approve it, it's gone from here, the listing. Is that clear? Is this part clear? So I will commit this one. You can later on add it. So if you try to do things along with me, it will be easy, because we will be doing a lot of things in the class. If you say you will do after watching the video later time, it will never happen and you will be in the backlog. So always try to do it in front of me, or at least you finish all the files once I'm done after the class, so that it should not be too much burden for you after many days. So you can grab this list campaign and see how I have done it. I just showed you. You can either. Okay, so now one more announcement. So we are doing React nowadays, and if we do React may go for long, maybe till March end. I'll be doing the React because React is too big. We have to make many projects. So it will go till March end. So side by side from January 1st, half of the time or 70% time I'll do React and 50% to 25% I will do data structures. Because for all the job interview, whatever you go, this data structures is very important in any interview. So we will finish this. We'll do along with React. So after React, maybe if I start CSS or Node.js or any other thing, MongoDB, but this part will continue till we complete the data structure. So we will be doing most important questions for the interview and to understand the data structures. So every day from January 1st, we will do some part of the React and 15-20 minutes we will do data structure. So that is another announcement. Okay, so we are done with this admin page. Next task is we should go here in the home page. We should build something here so that user can see all the list of campaign. User should see, user should search the campaign and then they can do many things for the campaign. So that part we will do tomorrow. We'll not do today. Today let's do some more thing. Few days back I bought domain, if you remember. So let's do some work on that part. Okay, so one of the domain is Campaign Ninja. So this is the domain which we will build. Now we are building currently this domain. So let's try to manage it. So we bought the domain from Namecheap. Now we need to apply the hosting on for this domain. So we need to, so the thing is that how it is worked. We have to buy domain from one company. Second, we have to buy hosting from another company. Then we have to link domain with hosting. Once we link it, so this linking has to be done in the domain area and also in hosting area. So we just completed the first step by our domain. Today I already bought hosting for one company, and there are many companies who provide hosting. You can search Windows VPS, virtual private server. So I have VPS also where I will be hosting my par server. Okay, but I have also cPanel cheap hosting where I will put my React code. All the React code will go inside this one, and all the par server code will go inside this one. Okay, so these are the two differences which we will be doing. So today I will link my domain to my hosting. Okay, that is what I am doing it now. So I already bought the domain. Now I want to manage it. So I will go to the name servers. Here I will put custom DNS, and these name servers are provided by my hosting company. So whenever you buy hosting, you will get this name server. Just you have to put those name server ns1 dot. Okay, I will copy. It's too big. I may do mistake. ns1 dot just name server dot net. This is the one name server which I got. Second one is ns2 dot just name server dot net. Okay, I will click yes. Okay, so these two are added. So now it generally officially takes 48 hours to take effect, but sometimes it is done in 5 minutes also. We don't know. So officially they say 2 days, but sometimes it goes 5 minutes, 1 hour, anything. Now I will go to my hosting and I will link this domain there. So my hosting is here 2083. So this is the hosting which I got from the hosting provider. Here there are a lot of options. I will go to domains. Okay, let's go to let's see domains. Okay, we have this domain. Let me see what is this. Okay, so let me try putting it here. Create a new domain. I'll put the domain name. No, I don't think this is the right space, right part. Okay, let's check. Let's try to add it here and add on domain. Okay, I will put the domain name. Then subdomain, I just put the same thing. No need to change anything. And where I want to save this one, so maybe I can put any folder. Maybe I can say campaignninja.us. Okay, I'll create the folder under public HTML. Add domain. Okay, so domain is created. Let's go to the file manager and go to that domain. So this is the campaignninja.us. So let's go inside it and I will create one file. I will put it index.html right now. Edit it. I'll just put hello world. Save it. Now let me go to that domain. It takes 48 hours it's saying, but I will check it now. If it's not working, I will check it tomorrow. Okay, so it's still not done. I don't see hello world, which I just now put it. So tomorrow I will come back and see if it is working or no. So we just set up the domain. We just link the domain with the hosting, which will take some 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so that part is also done. Now third part. What is your question, Kate? Domain is our address. What do you mean by that? Yeah, domain is a web address. If you know yahoo.com, this yahoo.com is the domain. Similarly, I bought campaignninja.us. So this is my domain. So when someone will go, whatever code we are building, they will see this code here. So once we complete building, we will push our code here on this domain, and then everyone will can log in and see that. Okay. Let's go now further another thing. So this part we will do tomorrow. We'll continue working on this campaign tomorrow. Today we are doing some more stuff, another stuff. So now what I want the IP address of the user, because whatever campaign I will create, whatever things I will put on my website, I need the IP address of the user, so that I should know. Sometimes the user is I want to see user is located in which IP address, and what is tomorrow he creates some problem, I can ban the IP. Okay, so that's why I need the IP address of the user. So in the PHP, it is very easy to get the IP address. Just we say $_server remote addr. So this is the way we get the IP address of the user immediately. Yeah, you can create lead management system also. Anything you can create, anything. Whatever we are building one sample project, but based on this, you can build thousands new ideas, new projects, whatever. Lead management also, whatever you want, you can create. Okay, so to get the IP address in the Node.js is, there are not straightforward way. It's not a straight way. So you need to find different ways. There are different ways to different ways to get the IP address of the user in the Node.js server. But if it is PHP, I just showed you, it is very easy to get that one. So now what we will do, we will get the IP of the user, and with that IP or using that IP, we will find the location of the user. Okay, that is the task. So we will get the IP of the user and we will find the location of the user. Now, to confirm if we are getting correct location, we will do experiment. So everyone go to this website and tell me what is your IP. Just put your IP in the chat system and then we will see whether it is working fine or not. So you don't tell your location, you just say IP address. So what is my IP address? So everyone go to this URL. So this IP4 V4. So my IPv4 is this one. Okay, so I will keep this in record in the notepad, and I want everyone to go to this URL, what is my IP address.com, and tell me what is your IP, this one. Okay, let's check it. Okay, so I will put my IP address here. So I want everyone's IP address because I want to see where you are located. Okay, Anand, that's in. Don't worry, I will not come to you now to take party from you. Okay, sorry, this is not clear. Oh, I cannot get it. Copying in this chat is so difficult. Okay, next is, okay, I can come anytime. Okay, I have to take a flight to come to you. And Corona is blocking me to go anywhere because government is restricting vaccination, testing, and all.
It gave me two kind of IP. IPv6.
Yeah, I don't want 6. 6. I don't want 6. I want 4 only.
Okay.
Okay, so first we will grab the IP and then we will see how to get the location also. Okay, this is not the address. Okay, let's. Okay, next is Shweta. So this will give the roundabout location, not exact your home location. So make sure that I will not exactly find your location. So it will be somewhere near your home. Not yet. I will not come till this Corona joke is over. But once Corona joke is over, I will visit one time. Okay, now we got the IP of everyone. So now we will go to one website. So I will show you now in the node how to get the IP of the user. Node, we will see how to get the IP. And from IP, we will convert to location. Okay, so there is one website which gives the information from your IP. They can give me the location kind of thing. Okay, so if I pass, let's start with my one. So I will put /my one and then I push JSON. So it will give the information that in which city I'm living, what is the region, what is the country, this is my current location, and this is my postal code, this is time zone which you're getting, and we are not passing any authorization, so it's giving the missing auth. So we need to pass authorization, but not now. For testing, we are okay. But you need to get the token to make it work when you push to a website. Okay, so this is my location. Let's try to get this one. So we will put here. Okay, so he is in Delhi. Are you correct? Is it correct? Everyone tell me if it's correct or wrong. So you are in Delhi with postal code 1. Okay, you are in Delhi. So it's not giving me exact location, it's giving me only the city name, where exactly. And if someone is, so we will keep that in track. Okay, this one is Bihar, Patna. Sonu, are you in Patna? Yes or no? Okay, so this is giving correct. Okay, let's see Kate. Okay, let's put it. Okay, Kate, you are also in Fremont. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I am also in Fremont.
Yeah, you moved to Fremont.
Yeah, I moved to Fremont. Okay. Yeah, you were there since beginning. Okay, this is Rakesh. Are you in Delhi? Okay, so right. So we are getting correct results. Last is Shweta. Are you in Illinois? Okay, so Chicago. Got it. It's very cold there, right? Yeah, Chicago is ice. Ice. I heard that lot of ice is there. Okay, so what we will do, we will save this information in our database, and so that I should know who is logged into my website, who has posted the campaign. I should be able to see. Should be able to see city and all. If there is one more tool like Google uh, address locator, but you have to enable you to enable that location. Have you seen the location enable part? You have to enable that location. But here with this backend code, even if no one enables it, we can find the location of the user. Okay, so that is what we will use this API to grab it, and we will save this information in the database. So today we will just do the one thing. This complete thing will take time. We'll just see how to get the IP location of the user. Okay, so let me tell you which package you need to install for the easy one. There are a lot of methods I told you, but the easiest one is just install one node package, and we will use that too. Okay, so everyone do it along with me. So we are in this master folder. So we don't have to go to client folder. This is the master code backend code. So in the master only, you have to just run npm install -- save, and the package is called public-ip. Okay, so we install this public IP. Everyone done? Let me know. So I will move further. Just install this package. Okay, I will send it in chat. So if you want exact spelling, okay, work when you get time, do it. Okay, so you're done with this. Now let's try to grab the IP of the user. So we need to put the backend code. So we have this master one. So there is two ways to build the backend code. One is the Node.js way. In the Node.js, put we put the routing here in the index.js, and based on the routing, we create the file and we do many things that way. But there is another way, since we are using parse server. So let's try to do in the parse server way. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So I told you the method one is the Node.js. When we will do Node.js, we will do a lot of Node.js files and folders. Okay. So right now, I will show you how to do in the parse cloud code. So that is another way. You can do any way, but with parse cloud code, we can access the parse things directly without any much complications. So if we need to save in the parse database, or we need to use parse things, we need to put it in this cloud one. So let's build in the cloud one. If I open the cloud, already I have the main.js, but it is empty. Nothing is there. I'll create a new file called as ip.js. So all IP related stuff I will put inside this ip.js. And inside the main.js, I will call the ip.js. So I'll say require ip. JS is assumed, so we can skip it. So we are requiring the IP. That means this IP is called inside the main.js. And this main.js is already, if you see, main.js is already we are using for the parse server. So we are calling this main.js. So now in the main.js, we have the require IP, and there is the IP folder. So just create ip.js in the cloud folder and point main.js to IP. I'll give you 1 minute to do that. Okay, so is it done? Do it fast, quick, quick, quick. Okay, so let's write down the code in the IP. So first is we install this public IP, right, module. So we need to create a variable constant public IP is equal to require public IP. This is the module we just now installed it. And now what we have to do, we have to create one function, and it is called, and we have to write it in this particular format only. You cannot write normal JavaScript like function blah 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 blah. Don't do that in this parse cloud. Just do like this, parse dot cloud dot define. We are defining the function. What is the name of the function? I can put anything. Since it is IP, I will just put the name of IP. And then there will be arrow function. And this arrow function will be async. And in this arrow function, we will get one parameter that is called request. And request has too many things in it. So I will not tell you in detail what things are there. And as soon as we progress in our course, we will see what things are there in the request. So now, here, since it is async, we need to put try catch block. And in the catch block, I'll just say only console.log error message for now. Okay. And if error is there, I can also return something that error is error.message. So user will see this part. In console, you can see this part. And this console is not visible in the browser. This console is visible here in this terminal because this is the Node.js part. All the Node.js part console is visible in the terminal. Okay, and the user will be able to see this part. Now we will write down here, we want to get the IP of the user. Okay, so to get the IP of the user, I will say like this, constant, I will name something variable. Maybe I'll name IP is equal to await public, this public IP. Public IP dot v4. So we want v4. And then what I will do, I will return this IP. I can say IP colon IP, that means IP is equal to IP, but since key and value are same, I can skip the value. So I will just say IP. So what user will see? User will see only IP. IP equal to his real IP. Right now I'm not using this request, but I will be using request soon. Okay, right now let's delete, okay, let it be there and we will see it later. Now how to use this function which we created. So when you go to your React code, you have to call this function in this format, parse.cloud. So this is here we are defining it, and when we have to call it, we have to call like this, parse.cloud.run, and we have to give the name of the function which you have to call. Name of the function is IP, and you have to pass an object. After that, you have to pass the object. This object will be your custom variables which you want to pass to the backend. Right now, in this case, there is no variable which we have to pass, so I will put it empty object. But tomorrow, let's say you want to pass some parameters like title, description, whatever you want to pass, you can pass in this curly bracket. So this is the way we have to call this function. Now we will call this function and see what is the IP of the user. So let's put this code inside our one of the routing, because this is called only one time when the page will load. When user will load the page, we have to call at that time. We don't have to call every time, every page shift. Whenever he refreshes the page, we need to call this one so that we can see what is his IP. So if I want to call it only once when he refreshes, where should I call this code? In which file? In the routing, right? In the routing, because routing is one which is called only once. So I'll go to routing number 3, and here I will create react.useEffect, and inside useEffect I will write arrow function with dependencies as empty dependencies, and here I will call react parse.cloud.run IP with empty object. I need to import parse also. I'll say import parse from parse. So when I have written this code, that means this whenever the page will load, it will call this one, and this one will call the backend, and we will see what is the IP of the user. So this is an promise, so we need to append it with then and catch block. So when I put then, I will put arrow function, and in the catch block, I will put error. This error will be visible in browser because this is the React code. All the React code is visible in the browser, and this is the data which will come from the backend. I'll see data for IP is data. So this is the data which is coming from the user. So whenever the page will load, it will call this function which is written in the cloud services, and it will give me the data which I told him to give me. For example, I told him to return this IP part, so I will get this IP. So let's go to routing 3, and here let's check if we are getting proper data or not. I will start npm run dev again. Okay, it started. Let me refresh the page. Still starting. Okay, so I got the data. I got the user's IP. So this is the my IP which we saw earlier here. This is the same IP which I'm getting it here. So here in this way, I got this IP of that user, and I will also get location information here, which I will add tomorrow. But right now, at least only I'm getting the IP, which is good. And whenever I will post the campaign, I create the new campaign. I will also pass this IP, okay, so that I should know who has created from which IP. So tomorrow, if I want to ban some IP, then I can ban that IP. I don't want that IP to do. If some people are doing wrong stuff, posting wrong things on my website, then I will ban the IP. Okay, so now what I have to do? Now what you have to do? Just write down this code, the cloud one. Okay, I will give this one. Write down this one, and then I'll show you how to use it, where to use it. This is the way I put it, how to use it. But I will open the page where it is used. Okay, so if this is done, you can write down this help part also, how to call this function, but then go to routing 3, import this parse and create a use effect and call this function, and then use the promise to see what data is coming. Though we will store this data somewhere so that I can use it in all the pages, but right now just do console.log. Okay, so maybe if you have tested it, you can test it. If you have not tested it, you can test it. And if you have already tested it, it's fine. Or if you want, you can test after the class. So what we did today, we just finished the approve and deleted part in admin section of campaign. We saw how to get IP of the user. Okay, so these two things we have done. We saw how to create cloud function, and we saw how to utilize the cloud function in React. Okay, so these four things we have done. Tomorrow we will write the code where I can convert this IP. I can pass this IP to the website just I showed you today, and we will get all the information of the user, and we will save all the information in the database and in database. So next time when I visit a page, I will not call the website which I showed you, because this website you have some free limit. Okay, so if you save the information in the database, then next time if the same user will come, you don't need to call this URL again. You can get it from the database also. So this way you can stop the multiple trips to this server. Okay, so we have to save this information in our database, and that we will call our database whenever the user will visit again. So that part we'll see tomorrow. Also we will build. So tomorrow what we have to do? Tomorrow we have to get city and location information of the user from IP. Okay, so many people don't share their information, but with this method we will at least get his IP, and we will show his results based on his location. We can customize many things. Second thing is we will create one site state variable in the Redux. So this is a site variable where anything related to whole site, I will put it in this site reducer. Let's say site reducer. It is a state variable. We will build it in the Redux, and we will save this IP information there in this site reducer, so that wherever on the website I want to use it, I can use it. That's what the main tasks are there for tomorrow. And we will also test our website is up or not, the one which I created, campaign ninja.us. Yeah, it's working now. I told you sometime it goes in half an hour also, 5 minutes also. See, hello world, I created a page. I can see this hello world. Okay, so our whole website will come here, appear here in this website. You can also visit to this website, but right now you will only see hello world. Any questions? We're done for today.